Hey guys, hello. I tried to record this video a little earlier, but looking back on it, it was really just me kind of rambling up a storm, and it wasn't really coherent. So I'm just re-recording this to make it sound a little more, I don't know, easier. I think that would be the word. I don't fucking know. But anyway, basically, this video is about shit that I have seen online. And hold on, bringing this up here. Um, and so yeah, this is about stuff I've seen online, and really the two channels that have brought me awareness to this. Well, not awareness, but like, really stood out. Are like a channel called Haley and I think Daxter's philosophy, or Daxton's philosophy. Those are like the two channels that I've seen. And yeah, so one of them, Haley's channel, she is definitely not doing that well. I mean, she's trying to be better, I guess. But yeah, definitely not doing super well. And, it's not really, that great. And so Daxton is over here basically responding to her video that he saw, and another video as well that I just saw. Basically said that life was pointless, meaningless, all that stuff. And for me, I think the biggest detractor of these things is I don't think people know how to be happy anymore. And when I say that, I'm not saying like this is like a whole majority of people. Well, it's a lot of people who don't know how to be happy. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like a whole like like a majority of the population that don't know how to be happy or something. There's a lot of people who are lonely though, for sure. There's a large portion of people who are lonely or unhappy and all that. And I'm just making this video to say that you can be happy if you really want to be happy. You can have fun. You can not be lonely if you really want to. That sounds kind of I don't know. Maybe that sounds like kind of pretentious to say. I think pretentious is the right word, but I don't know. I don't mean it. I don't mean to make it sound easy. Also, I'm gonna fidget a lot, by the way, with like a wrench or something like that. It helps me keep my thoughts in focus. But yeah, it's not something that I mean to be like, oh, this is so easy if you just did this thing or that thing, because it's not that easy. It's never that easy. It's never that easy to be super successful. It's never easy to be like the best at what you do. It's the same thing with loneliness and happiness and the people you talk with. If you want to talk to more people, it's not super easy for a lot of people. For some people, it's really easy. But that's not a whole lot of people that, experience that easiness. Like me, for example, this is something I tried to parallel with this whole thing. Me and my brother, we're two completely different people, even though we're like identical twins and all that. Completely different on how we carry ourselves. My brother is more extroverted. I'm more introverted. He likes to push himself. Me, I'm kind of lazy, honestly. But yeah, but in the end, we have different, really just drastically kind of different lives. He's in college. I'm not. I have to finish school. He has all of his credits he needs. He has straight A's. I don't really have straight A's. I did last year though, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, and even then, he has a lot more friends than I do. That, or at least a lot more people to talk to than I have myself. I only really have a couple friends online that I talk to, and that's like a handful, or like one or two handfuls, right? That's not a whole lot of people. And we don't talk a whole lot, mostly because they're also busy, like they're in college or they're like living with their boyfriend or something like that, or they're just, I don't know, busy with whatever that they're busy with school, all that kind of stuff, work, or looking for work. Um, so yeah, I don't really talk to a whole lot of people, and I guess you could say that makes me a lonely person. But and yeah, that's kind of true. But also, I think I'm more of a person in solitude, if that makes sense. And I don't mean solitude as in I don't talk to anyone, or I'm by myself all the time. I mean, like, in a way, solitude in a way where I can do stuff by myself and be all right with it. I'm in a place where I can basically be happy with anything that I have, kind of. Some things like naturally you won't be happy with. I don't think anyone can be happy with everything, but I think you can be happy with anything. What I mean by that, there's a difference between anything and everything. Anything could be literally anything, so long as you choose it. But I'm not saying every single thing. You don't do every single thing. Anything can be it, but not everything is for that. That's what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, basically, you can be happy with anything. You could be happy, like, doing fucking this with a wrench. Satisfying. You can enjoy it. I enjoy it. It helps me think. I'm happy with it. Um, you'd be happy with plushie. Love this thing. I'm happy with it. You can be happy, I don't know, doing push-ups, working out. You'd be happy climbing trees. You'd be happy, I don't know, sleeping, laying down on the floor, rolling around. I don't fucking know. You can be happy with anything like that. Uh, it doesn't really take much but you to be happy. It doesn't really take much but your perspective on things to change yourself if you want to change where you're at. And it takes a lot of work to do that. It's not super easy, don't get me wrong. Um, but after you put in that effort, I think a lot of people, if they did that, they would be so much happier and content with themselves. And I think that would help with loneliness as well. Because for me, a huge part of loneliness, I think, derives from really kind of like the sake of people trying to be with other people. But I don't think, like me personally, like I don't think I could be friends with someone if I'm not okay with myself. And I think maybe that might be the problem with a whole bunch of people. Uh, and here I'm kind of speaking with guys in general because I think, at least I've seen it personally more with guys, like guys not being happy with themselves. But I think anyone really this can apply to. Like, if you're not happy with yourself, I don't see really how you could be happy, or not how you could be happy with anyone, but how anyone could really be happy with you if you aren't enjoying yourself. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, if you're I don't know, you're hating on yourself and you're with a friend and you're just like throwing yourself down or something, hating yourself basically, metaphorically. I don't mean literally. Don't hate yourself. But like you're bringing yourself down a lot. I don't think your friend wants to deal with that every day. I don't think your friend wants to deal with that a whole lot either. I think they want to help you at the end of it. But if it gets to too much, I think you'll just lose that friend, which sucks. But it's on both parties. It's on you and them to retain a friendship. If you're not getting any better, why should you expect them to be any better for you, right? To be any happier for you. And that part really goes into like dating and stuff. Like, if you're dating someone and you have like addiction to something or whatever, or for like constantly cheating and you don't know how to stop it, but you don't also put the effort in to change yourself, why should you expect them to just put up with you? I don't think that's fair to them, and that's not fair to yourself. Um, that and you shouldn't also look at everything from a pessimistic outlook. You know what I mean? Like, if you view something, I have something in my eye. Ugh. My bad. But if you view something or anything really just from the lowest point possible, you will be stuck there. And you will be stuck with people who think the same way as you. And that won't be good for anyone. At least in my opinion. I don't think anyone should be a place that in a place where people just think exactly like them. Because in the end, what that brings is not change, but a cycle of, I don't know, loathing or dread or something like that. It brings something unhealthy to the table, and that's not something anyone deserves. I think everyone deserves the chance at happiness. Everyone should really, I don't know, find a way. Everyone should have their way of happiness. And I don't think that people can find happiness, I don't know, like through jobs or money, right? Well, I mean, through jobs sometimes. Like if you're doing YouTube as a job, right? You're doing something you like, or really anything that you really love as a job, then you're happy with that. But I mean, like money. Money itself cannot buy you happiness, but it can help with gaining happiness, if that makes sense, right? Because there's some things that money can buy that will help you be happy, if you know what I mean. Like you can have money, and if you have a friend you want to visit or something, like if you're online specifically, right? Or even in real life, if you just moved away or something, if you want to find a friend, like if you want to go hang out with your friend or something like that, fly out. Money is good for that. Money is good for taking you places to where you want to be happy, but it's not good for making you happy specifically. That thing, if you overuse it, then you will become depressed. And in my last video, which I like in the video that I just tried to make before this one, uh, basically I made the illusion. Is that the right word? Illusion. Basically, I just said, loneliness goes both ways. Loneliness can happen to the most successful people and the least successful people. Both can be incredibly lonely. Not are, but can be incredibly lonely. Because, like me, for example, like my brothers are going to college probably before me. Like my twin got into college before me. My little brother might go before me. All of my friends have already gone to college. They've already moved out. So I'm basically here by myself. And I can see how that makes someone lonely. And you could basically say that I'm lonely because of that. Which I guess I am, right? I have nothing that I can do really outside of like going on Discord or something to be unlonely or just, I don't know, talk to someone or something like that. Unless I'm talking to someone random on the street, which I don't want to do. I don't like talking to people just straight away. It's just not my thing. Like I'm naturally an introvert. I'm not really into talking to a bunch of people. I like a good little group, but that's about it. But yeah, basically you could say that makes me lonely by itself. And you're basically right about that. But it doesn't need to stay that way forever. This is the whole positive, negative outlook thing. If you have a positive outlook on it, you can see, okay, why am I lonely? What can I do to change this, right? Like I am. I could probably like hope for stuff to happen. And stuff will happen. I just gotta work hard at it. Same with like everyone else is lonely. It's something that you need to work hard at to get to fucking achieve like everything, literally everything else. Not everything comes for free. Happiness isn't free. Loneliness comes with its cost. Nothing, literally nothing comes for free. You get life, you get death. That's like the whole cycle. You live, but the cost is dying at the end. You can see, but not everything you see is gonna be good. You can hear stuff, but not everything you hear is gonna be good. Taste stuff. Some things taste nasty. You can smell stuff. Some things smell nasty. You can feel stuff. Goopy stuff just doesn't feel right. Or shit. I don't know. Shit doesn't feel like right either. You know what I mean? there's always uh, there's always a cost to everything. Nothing is just good or nothing is just bad. There's always just that point. Uh, and so yeah, but if you accept those points, if you accept, I don't know, that point of life and find a way or try to find a way to just um, find a place to where you can be better than you are right now if you're like really not happy with yourself or if you're really lonely, there's ways to just straight up be like, okay, this is how I'm gonna fix this. And this can be through, I don't know, this can be through gaming, right? You can game some online, like, nah, not COD, but like, you could go on Discord, find like, I don't know, fighting game communities. The fighting game community is really good for, it's like really wholesome, right? You can do YouTube, you can do, I don't know, you can draw, post it online, something like that. You can go on Discord, find random Discord communities. If you're like a kid or something, you can just go on Roblox, right? Um, and like sooner or later, you're gonna find yourself surrounded by people, whether in person or not. And either way, at the end of the day, if you find a way to make yourself happy and not like lonely anymore, or just figure out how you're going to improve yourself, then on that way you will find to be happy with yourself, if that makes sense. I know that it sounds like I'm rambling a lot, kind of. I'm not really good with words and stuff, especially for this kind of stuff. Uh, Usually I just have to think about it, but this is coming off my brain. And I can be wrong a lot of... Fuck. I can't speak. Oh, my tongue got... Yeah. But I could be wrong about a lot of stuff. A lot of this stuff. But I'm just going based off of my experience, really. And how I found out how to be happy with myself. And happy with what I have. Because things could be worse, for sure. But I don't want to look at the world like things will be worse. I want to look at the world as things can be better. I want to look at the world will be worse or will be better, because that sets up an expectation. I don't fucking want expectations. You can't expect anything. There's nothing to expect, really, if you think about it. The only thing you can expect, for the most part, is, I don't know, maybe like having food to eat. That's it. Having food to eat, maybe a stable job if you can. Or, I don't know, like living with your parents or something like that. Those are the only things you can really expect. There's very few that you can expect. There's more that you cannot expect than can expect. That's the whole point. But yeah, I don't want to live my whole life trying to expect something. And this is like another thing with like hate and stuff. I don't want to live my whole life hating something either. And I know this is like kind of going off topic, but this also kind of leads into the happiness, loneliness thing. Because hate can also bring about unhappiness and loneliness. If you live your life hating something forever, you'll never be happy. You'll find yourself going through the same cycle over and over and over again. And soon enough, if you keep hating on like one specific thing, especially, everyone good to you will probably leave you, and everyone that is only there for you because you're validating their reasons will be bad for you. And just I don't know how to really explain it, but you'll be more surrounded by the people who don't care about you than the people who really do. And that's just kind of an aspect of the world. And that's sad, but it's the truth. But that's only really if you spend your life hating something, or if you spend your time just really just going in on something that doesn't really need to be that deep sometimes, or something like that, or if you're going at it every single day when it doesn't need to be that relentless. That can be a big detractor to your happiness, I think. Same with like loneliness and all that. Because, like I said, if you keep acting like you hate everything, then you'll have nothing. And in the end, if you hate everything, you'll find yourself having nothing to hate, but also nothing to love. And that's kind of sad, in my opinion. And that sucks, but that's how some people live, unfortunately. But if you do live like that right now, you can always get out of that. It's not something you can stay in forever. You just need to stop being stubborn about things and just move on. That's the best way to put it. You gotta stop being like this all the time. Just go like that. You don't have to agree or disagree or whatever. You just boom, that. Easy. You don't have to keep on going for it. It's not something that needs to happen. It's not something that has to happen. Sometimes it's necessary to go at something. Most of the times it's not really. And yeah, if you just keep doing that, you'll just find yourself at the worst possible place, or one of the worst places you could possibly be in. And that is not something that I want for anyone. And I don't think anyone wants that for anyone else either. And yeah, and another way I think people can just be happy is making other people happy. It's the best way. It's just being kind to people. Like, it's really not that hard to be like, I don't know, like kind to someone. Just be nice. Being nice is both the easiest and hardest thing I've seen people do. Because it's easy to be nice, but it's a lot easier to be mean. For no reason. And I think that's bad overall. Like, it's just not good for anyone to be, I don't know, just rude for no reason, or mean for no reason, or just like, just like having bad manners or something, just for no reason. You shouldn't go up to someone on the street and just be mad at them for no reason. That will just not, that just kind of shows how miserable you are, instead of trying to show them how miserable that person is, right? That makes sense. But yeah, just be nice. Just be kind to others. If you have a hard time with that, just try to be around nice people. And you don't have to be nice to everyone, right? I'm not saying you should be nice to everyone. I'm not saying you should talk to everyone, like every single person you meet. But the least you can do, is give them respect. That's the absolute least. I think every person deserves an ounce of respect until proven otherwise. Like, I don't know, it's like they're pedo or something like that. Then you can be like, okay, fuck you, or something like that. Because then it's like real bad. Then it's like, okay, I see what you're getting at. Nuh-uh, get out. But other than something like really, really horrendous, respect people. If someone doesn't agree with you, that's fine. If someone doesn't agree with me, that's completely fine. I don't care if people agree with me or disagree with me. It just is what it is. That doesn't change the fact that I'll just respect the person at the end of the day. Or just be like, I don't know, be fine with the person. It's just a little thing we disagree on. But that's pretty much it. It's not something huge that it won't change my fucking life. It won't change yours. But yeah, best way to be happy is just to be okay with yourself. That's pretty much the whole thing. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. This was really short. This was a lot. This was like half the time of my last video, or my last recording. Like I didn't upload it. But yeah, happiness exists. You just need to find it. And yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.